boys and girls. Today's math lesson is going to be a pretty simple one. We're still talking about comparing lengths and heights, how taller, shorter, longer, how different lengths compare with one another. And so really today I just wanted to go over your worksheet with you because there's a couple of things that I felt like you needed some extra direction for, something to walk you through so you can better understand. So right now you're going to need your worksheet out, and I'm going to show you what page on our worksheet we're going to do together this morning. All right, so here is the worksheet for today. This is page 239, and it has the paintbrushes and the fish on it, and that's going to be what we work through together today. Some of these things are simple, you know how to do them, but I just want to make sure so when we return to school together, everybody is ready to keep going. All right, so this says number the paintbrushes from shortest to longest. So you're going to put the shortest one first. When we say first, we mean the number 1. So which one of these is the shortest? The orange one is the shortest, so that will have a 1. Now your turn, you're going to tell me the next one, which will be the number 2. Then you'll tell me the longest one, which will be number 3. Okay, so this is the part of the worksheet that I really wanted to make sure everybody had a good understanding of. It says mark the answer. We have orange, purple, yellow, and a blue fish. And number 2 has our first question about this picture. Now, if you look at the picture, it is divided by these rectangles. The rectangles is what is being used to measure how long these fish are. So for example, number 2 says which fish is the longest. Well, looking at it, I could tell which one is the biggest or the longest, but I can also use these rectangles to let me know. So like this orange fish is in 1, 2, it stops at 2 rectangles. When I measure the purple fish, it starts at the tail here and it goes 1, 2, 3 rectangles long. The yellow fish is just inside of 1 rectangle. But then if I look at this blue fish, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4 rectangles. So the longest, this is our word right here that we're focusing on, longest. The longest one is the blue one because it goes through 4 rectangles, and that's the most. Number 3 says, which fish is the shortest? Well, this yellow one is only in 1 rectangle. And if I look at the other fish, all of them are in more than 1 rectangle. So the yellow fish is the shortest. I'm going to bubble in underneath my yellow fish. Number 3, it says, which fish is exactly 3 units long? Remember how we were counting rectangles? This fish is in 1, 2, 3, 4 rectangles. This one's in 1. Purple is in 1, 2, 3. Which fish is exactly 3? That was the purple fish. We're going to bubble in the purple fish. Now here's the tricky bit for this reading this chart here with these fish is number 5. It says if the fish were placed end to end with no gaps, remember that's how we measure, no gaps or spaces, how many units long would they measure all together? All together is a clue word. Whenever we say, when you read or say the word all together, you're talking about adding the plus sign, okay? So what you're doing is you're counting the rectangles that these fish are in, and you're going to add it all together. So for example, orange is in 1, 2. So I'm going to write down the number 2 on the side. Purple fish is in 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to write down a 3. The yellow fish is in 1. And the blue fish is in 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to add these numbers all together. Now, it looks like, oh no, 4 numbers, adding them all together. But don't worry, you can do this adding. There's something that you can do to help you. 2 is 2 dots, right? 3 is 3 dots. 1, 2, 3. 1 is 1 dot. 1. And 4 is 4 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I can count it all together. That's our math word, all together. And I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 plus 3 plus 1 plus 4 is 10. So you're going to go down here and you're going to bubble in 10. Okay, let's flip it on the back. Number 1 is pretty simple. We did that with the paintbrushes on the front, so I think that you can do number 1 on your own. Number the pencils from shortest to longest. Number 2, number the rows of cubes from shortest to longest. You can do that one too. Number 3, write a number sentence to find how many cubes are shown in problem 2. Combine to make 10. Write the new number sentence. Okay, so we're going to say, I'm going to use this picture here to make a math problem here, right? So I'm going to count the orange ones and I'm going to put it in the first box. I'm going to count the brown ones and I'm going to put it in the next box. I'm going to count the blue ones and put it in this box. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to write number 6 in my first number sentence box. I'm going to count the brown. That's 1, 2. I'm going to put it in my next box. I'm going to count the blue. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to put it in my third box. Okay, so what we're doing is we're adding, right? Because it says to write a number sentence to find how many cubes are shown in problem 2. How many altogether? Altogether means to add. So I'm going to put my plus signs in between. And then at the end, there's always the equal sign. Because this box is not open, it's closed, it doesn't want us to answer just yet. What we want to do is take 2 of these numbers and put them together and put that in the first box. So we can put 6 and 2 together, or we can put 2 and 4 together. Whichever one you think is easiest, you can go ahead and put it together. What I'm going to do is just keep it on the same side. I'm going to take the 6 and the 2 and I'm going to put them together. 6 plus 2, so I have 6 in my head and 2 on my fingers. I say what's in my head. 6, 7, 8. 6 plus 2 is 8. And then we just have the 4 left over, so we're going to put the 4 in that box. And we're adding. We're still adding, see? And then we have our equal sign. So now, instead of having 3 numbers to add together, we just have 2 numbers to add together. So we're going to do 8 plus 4. 8's in my head. That's the biggest number, right? And 4 is on my fingers. I say what's in my head. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. What's 8 plus 4? 8 plus 4 is 12. All right, and then the time for review at the bottom is greater than or less than sign. So remember our trick about the alligator mouth, eating the bigger number. So you're just gonna read the 2 numbers and see which one's bigger and draw your greater than or less than signs. All right, well that's all for math today. Thank you boys and girls for listening and for watching, and I'll see you next time we have math together.